All right, what's up, everybody? It is currently 4:30 in the morning, and I woke up, opened my phone, and saw that Bitcoin's price was under 104K. ETH's price was around $3,700. Solana's back under 175, and the market itself is absolutely nuking. And so I knew you guys were going to be stressed and anxious early in the morning, so I got up, came to the office, and I'm going to make a video for you all talking about exactly why this little dump that we're seeing right now is happening, and exactly what I'm doing right now because I did just make a move in my portfolio that you absolutely need to know about. And so without further ado, I'm sorry if I look a little bit groggy, but I want to get this video out for you guys and hopefully bring you some calmness. So let's not waste any more time at all and let's get straight into it. So what we can see is, yes, the crypto market is getting absolutely nuked. Over the last day, basically every major crypto in the top 100 is down anywhere from 10 to 20%. Bitcoin's currently at 103.75, ETH's at 3.6, BNB's at 1,000, Solana's at 175, and of course Dogecoin and the rest are absolutely falling, reclaiming a lot of those lows that they put in the flash crash of just last week. Now, the first thing that I want to say, in order to explain why this dump is happening, is kind of explain to you all why we thought that this dump might happen. So if you've been on the channel for the last like 5 or 6 days, you know I've been warning about this over and over and over again. So just 5 days ago, I said, warning, the crypto trap is not over. Then I started to see people betting big that crypto was about to pump, and I said, crypto investors just don't learn. Then I talked about Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. I said it's getting juicy. I started talking about why the market was dumping here. And even just in yesterday's live stream, just yesterday, whenever we saw all that craziness happening, I told everyone, listen, it would make perfect sense for this market to pull back one more time. It would make perfect sense for Bitcoin to say go back to 103, 104, 105. It would make sense. And I never told you guys that that's what I thought was going to happen because I've made it clear. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew this was a possibility and I knew it was a risk. And that's what I've been trying to warn everyone about for like 5 days straight now. I've been getting tore up in the comment section by so many people screaming that I'm wrong about this. I'm saying, listen, it is very much a possibility, and this is exactly why. So let me give you a recap as to why we figured this could happen, because it'll explain why this is happening, okay? Let me explain to you why this is happening. So what we saw was the crypto market pumping. Bitcoin's price was getting, of course, very, very high. Now, as Bitcoin's price was going towards the upside, we started to see a whole bunch of people betting huge on long trades that we've never even seen before, tens of billions of dollars, that Bitcoin would continue upwards. Now, as these, of course, people were betting that Bitcoin was going to continue upwards, this made it very interesting and appealing to these market manipulators to bring the price down. Because if they brought the price down, what would happen is that they would, of course, liquidate all of those people who were betting that Bitcoin was going to go up. And if they could liquidate all of those traders that are betting that Bitcoin's going to go up, all those billions of dollars, 10, 20, 30 billion dollars, would go, of course, into the pockets of the market makers. So that's exactly what they did. They pushed Bitcoin price down, and we saw a flash crash on Friday, which they disguised behind Trump's tariff announcement. We, of course, then saw not only them being able to liquidate all of those traders who were betting the market was going to go up, but they were able to accumulate most cryptos at very low prices. Because think about it, even though the market is falling right now, ADA is still not back at 27 cents, for example, right? Like many of these altcoins that are falling right now are not nearly back at the lows that they put in back here. No, this was a massive opportunity for these market manipulators to be able to go in and to be able to buy these cryptos at much lower prices, right? And so they had two incentives to dump the market last Friday. First was to liquidate all of the traders. Second was, of course, to be able to go in and get these prices, get these cryptos, ADA, the top 15, the top 20 at these lower prices, right? So now, with that in mind, so they pushed the price up, the price came back down, they liquidated everyone, they accumulated at lower prices. Now, as this started to happen, as this move to the downside started to happen, and as they were starting to accumulate, it's a win-win for them. Because as the price started falling, people then started to flip sides. They started to revenge trade and bet that the bear market had just started and that we were going down. So all of these people started opening short trades. So they'd be liquidated if the price moved to the upside. And all this means is, again, if they started betting that the market was going to go down, if the market then goes against them and it goes up, then they lose. And of course, when they lose, the money goes into the market manipulators. So what happened? The market recovered. It recovered almost immediately. Why? Because they were able to accumulate at low levels. So they bought the hell out of all this supply that entered into the market at cheap prices. And as they're pushing the price up, they're liquidating all those people who started betting that the market was going to go down. So now by making this move happen, it's a win-win. Their bags go up that they accumulated down here. They liquidate all these people. So they liquidated all the long traders as the market went down. They manipulated all the short traders and liquidated all the short traders as they brought it back up. Now, whenever we got to this point, which was like Monday, I told you all, be very careful right here. Warning, the crypto trap is not over. In this video, I said, listen, Now makes perfect sense for them to push it back down one more time. I would do if I was them, I would do the same exact thing. Why wouldn't you? You know why I told you that? I said because listen, people, now that the market has recovered, are once again betting on huge leverage that the market's going to pump. Just like they were back here, they're doing it again. And I made a video for you all. Say crypto investors just don't effing learn because people were betting huge that the market was going to go up right here. And I was like, you are the very reason that we're probably going to pull back again because they're now going to see all these people betting that the market's going to go back up and say, nope, not allowing that to happen, and do what? And push the price back down to the downside one more time in order to liquidate all of those people who are betting the market's going to go up and reaccumulate at lower prices again as everybody starts to exit at this point. And you know the beautiful part about it for them, while they push the price down one more time, everyone's going to get so sure that the bear market's here. Everyone's going to get so confident that the bear market's here. Guys, we're going down to 90K. We're going down to 70K. Guys, we're going down to 50K. That's what everyone's going to be screaming. If I go to Twitter right now, I guarantee you people are on Twitter right now saying the bear market has started. And so because of that, when they push the price down, guess what's going to happen? People are going to start betting huge that the bear market has started. We're going to see billions of dollars flow in of people betting the market's going to crash. This thing's probably going to stabilize somewhere, in my opinion, maybe at that previous low or a little bit lower than it, create some sort of downward trend, right? Some sort of downward structure. And I think what's going to happen is it's going to recover. It's going to push upwards, and it is going to absolutely smash through all of those people who are betting that the market is now going into a bear market. And so what we can see is, in my opinion, we are in this phase. And this is a phase that I've been warning you about over and over and over again every single day, basically. So I'm sorry if I'm just repeating myself at this point, but I need to explain to you that this market is being moved based on these manipulators. These lizard people and their actions are what's causing this. And you have to think like them to understand why these things happen. And that's why we've been so sure that this pullback could happen again. And you know what's also making this pullback worse? Gold. Everyone's getting euphoric about gold right now. Everybody's screaming that gold is better than Bitcoin and that gold has replaced Bitcoin and Bitcoin can never replace gold and gold this, gold that. Peter Schiff is having a field day, right? Everyone loves gold. And so what are people doing? They're rotating out of crypto into gold, out of stocks into gold. But guess what? That's euphoria. And in a period like this where gold is going through euphoria, what you think's going to happen? It will eventually start to distribute. The people who are making a ton of money off of gold right now will take profits off of that gold and distribute it out to the people who are jumping in right now, and they will become exit liquidity. And guess what? Those people who made that money, they made that profit, are going to do? They're going to rotate. And when they rotate, where are they going to go? Into other precious metal, into the stock market, and into crypto. And so this isn't going to impact crypto forever, but it's definitely making this pullback a little bit worse right now. And you just got to understand the game, okay? It's all about the game, guys. This is one big ass game. And so what do I think's happening right now? I think we're in this. And I think what's happening is that right now we are in the final pullback. Not saying it won't continue downwards, but I think we're in like the later part of this kind of game that they're playing right now. Okay, I think we're in the later part of this game they're playing right now. They're pushing down. They've now liquidated everyone. I mean, look, there's almost nothing left. I mean, yeah, there's like 800 million left, but be real. There's like 8 billion just yesterday. Billions just got liquidated. Matter of fact, if we actually go to the liquidation chart, you can see. I mean, this is just it's bad, bro. Like in the last 24 hours, over 1 billion people have been liquidated. They've now done that, but guess what? As the market's pulling to the downside this time and going lower and lower, what's happening? Look at the top side. You got to see the bigger picture. You remember I told you what's beautiful is that if they make the market move down one more time, everyone's going to be confident the bear market is here and they're going to bet huge that it's going to go down. Well, look. $20 billion worth of liquidations back at 126K. So the lower that Bitcoin goes, the more confident people are becoming that the bear market has started and the more liquidations that are possible if the market moves back upwards. And my question to you is, do you genuinely believe that the market manipulators are going to let these people win? Do you genuinely believe after they've absolutely just taken it from us, they've taken our manhood, guys, over the last year, you think they're going to genuinely let all of these people who are revenge trading, all of these emotional investors who are betting that the bear market's here, you think they're going to let it, you think they're going to let them win? You think that this market's just going to keep dumping down to 50K, or Bitcoin's going to keep dumping down to 50K or 60K and just let those people win and make a whole bunch of money? No, of course not. That does not make sense. Why would they start now letting retail investors win? And truth be told, these market manipulators, they own billions and billions of dollars worth of crypto. They want these prices to go up. They just can't let us win while they go up, but they're surely not going to let us win by letting it go down, right? That does not make sense. And that is my whole thesis. That's my whole point. Not only are we in a macro environment that is suitable for growth, being that quantitative easing is on the way, interest rate cuts naturally, of course, as I just mentioned, basically, are being cut. We are also seeing a whole bunch of things happening. The de-dollarization narrative is really popping off. Bitcoin's price is popping off. We're seeing, or sorry, gold's price is popping off right now. We're seeing an environment which can allow for growth, and we're also seeing an environment in which now going to the upside is max pain. The market is pissed right now. People are betting huge that the market will crash, and it going up is max pain. People will get destroyed if this market goes up, and that's what they do. They destroy us. And so my general opinion here is that Bitcoin's going to continue lower. I do not know how low. It'll just continue lower, maybe to 104, maybe to 90. I don't know, but it'll build up all of these short trades to the top side. It'll bait more and more and more people into the market. And then I think the market manipulators are going to pull the trigger at some point. And then when Bitcoin's price starts to go back up towards the top side, it liquidates all of those traders, all of those emotional investors, and real pain enters the market because everyone was so certain, so confident that the bear market was starting. That's what I think is going to happen. And so is there a chance I'm wrong? Guys, yes, there is a chance I'm wrong. Maybe Bitcoin's price is about to continue to lose structure. Maybe it comes back down. It falls below 98K, which is the first warning sign. It comes down to the golden Fibonacci zone. It loses that, which is the second warning sign. Then it falls below $75,000 and confirms structurally that a bear market is here and the trend has changed. Maybe that does happen. But at the end of the day, I just don't think it will. And at the end of the day, listen, I'm one of those crypto creators who is willing to go in front of tens of thousands of people and genuinely say what I think is going to happen, knowing that if I'm wrong, I'm going to get destroyed online for it. It is what it is because I want you to know my honest opinion. I'm not here to bullshit you. I'm not here to confirm your bias. I'm here to be honest with you and say after 7 years of being in this market and dealing with this shit, this is what I think is going to happen. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So listen, don't take this and say that this is fact. I'm not speaking the 100% holy truth here. I'm just giving you my honest perspective of what's going on. And my perspective is that as long as we're above 75K, as long as Bitcoin's price is not falling below this point, that's the scary point. As long as we're not doing that, I think that this is a trap for the short traders. I think Bitcoin's price could even come back down towards $90,000 towards macro support and start trying to use that macro support to then absolutely rip through all of these people who are betting that the bear market is here because that is max pain. And that's the best case scenario. For these market makers, all of their spot bags then go into massive profit and they liquidate all of these short traders and get billions of dollars while they do it. Why wouldn't they do it? You remember I told you why wouldn't they push the price down? You remember in that video that I made where I said the crypto trap is not over? I said, why wouldn't they do this? My question to you is now is why wouldn't they do this? Why wouldn't they do it? It doesn't make sense. I don't know why they wouldn't do that. Why would they let all of those people win? Then you mix in the fact that the crypto fear and greed index is going to be in extreme fear tomorrow. This is going to be one of the most fearful moments we've been in this entire year. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know how this goes. So I'm just going to put it out there on the line. That's what I think is going to happen. So what am I doing right now? I just went in and I started my purchasing. I said over in the Discord, here it is, the moment of truth. The time where the markets start deciding the fate of crypto in the long term. The liquidations are white, the market is in fear, indicators are oversold. If crypto can't find support from here and give some gains, the bear market is starting. If it can, we're going to send. I still believe it is more likely that gains come back, and this was the biggest liquidation event in history. So as a result, I have now done a medium purchase on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I am prioritizing the top two for now. We'll worry about the others when the time feels right. So my whole thesis here is, listen, if Bitcoin can't find support between here and 72K, bear market starts. If it can, really, really big pump that absolutely nukes and destroys all of these short traders. And I'm betting that, of course, I think the second option is more likely. So that's where we are. That's my honest opinion. And, I am a little bit nervous because, again, I'm out here and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It is what it is. I just don't think I am. So time will tell and we will see. And I guess you guys can come along with the ride. But at least you guys know I'm buying some crypto right now and I'm betting my own money on my thoughts. So time will tell. We shall see. And if the bear market's here, guess what I'm going to do? I'm just going to buy more because you know what we've been doing? I'm going to go on one more tangent here. You know what? You know what we've been doing? And you know why I'm so okay with being wrong? Screw the YouTube part, right? You know why I'm so okay with being wrong? The reason I'm so okay with being wrong is because of this. It's because of this buy sell bubble sheet. It's because of the fact that we were absolutely mass accumulating during the bear market. And then throughout the entire year, throughout this whole entire year, while everybody was on our ass saying that we were stupid for taking profit so much, we were selling crypto, selling crypto. We were selling the top here, selling the top here, sold a lot of the top here, sold all the way up here. We sold so much crypto that my entire portfolio is now in profit and my entire initial investment is out. My entire crypto portfolio is in profit now. Everything I'm doing is based on profit. So if Bitcoin's price does come back down, and if Bitcoin's price does start to enter into a bear market, guess what? We played the cycle perfect. We bought in the bear market. We took profit into the bull market to the point where we were completely in profit. So now if the bear market starts, I'm willing to just go back in and start buying the low. So I'm not scared of a bear market starting. So yes, as a YouTuber, I'm nervous it might start if I'm wrong, but as an investor, I'm not nervous at all because now I have so much cash to play with if the market does pull back. And that's the way that you need to go about it, because when you get to an end of a bull market, you need to be confident that you played it correctly, right? And so that's where we all across all of these things. I don't know how long this video is, and I apologize for it, but I hope this was helpful. Again, it's only like 4 something in the morning, so I wanted to jump on, give you my thoughts, and tell you exactly what I'm doing right now. So that's kind of where we are. I do think now is a decent time to DCA, but I would leave some cash on the side just in case Bitcoin tries for $90,000, at which point I would be doing bigger purchases, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to update you guys as it all plays out. I hope you guys did enjoy today's quick update, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.